Charles, the other story that I thought like just came out of an E1 episode that came from the internet this weekend is this one. Headline: Neo-Nazi cartoonist Stone Tossed outed as white Latino with botched circumcision.
I love this story. I when I saw he was white Latino, I got so excited. I thought that was so great. I imagined meeting Stone Toss's mom and me and her sitting at a table, and she's like, conversations at these tables are real as fuck. And I go, what? And she goes, what I love big. And I go, sure, lady. And then her gigantic fat son comes out and draws me with a yarmulke on.
I do think maybe doctors who perform circumcisions need to think long and hard about their role in fomenting Nazism. Maybe if that hadn't happened to him.
Honestly, like the post that people were sharing from him says, I am circumcised. The resulting dryness of my glans penis, the limited range of my penile skin to glide, and the psychosexual body image dysmorphia makes it difficult to achieve orgasm during coitus and encumbers masturbation. Look, I've been saying that this is a serious issue for years now, and people don't want to fucking take me seriously, but we've got to stop. We gotta shut it down until we figure things out. Because, someone could be like, you never know, you botch one circumcision, and then a guy, 15, 20 years later is doing submental cartoons about how the Holocaust never happened. And I guess like the funny thing about Stone Toss is I've seen a lot of indignant replies from him and his fans claiming that he's not a neo-Nazi. And I guess the entrance exam to become a neo-Nazi gets more and more stringent because, like, I would think simply doing cartoons praising Adolf Hitler and denying that the Holocaust ever occurred would be enough to get you in the club. But I guess the other thing is like the indignity about like him getting doxxed or whatever is like, if these guys are so proud of everything they believe in and there's nothing wrong with it and it's just what normal people think, like, why do they try so hard to hide it? Or why do they try so hard to hide who they are?
Yeah, it's the same thing with like Chaya Raichik, right? Like, she hates when anyone does anything to her that she does to them. Yeah. It's to what you're saying about Stone Toss, though, one of the great quotes from him that I came across was, he has this long defense of not being a Nazi. He's like, no, I'm not a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Yeah. But he's like, I just enjoy edgy humor.
Yeah, all real Nazis are from the Alsace-Lorraine region of France.
Yeah. Actually, the very best thing, though, on his website, on his About page, he has a frequently asked question that he's obviously never been asked. I am offended by your comics. Are you a bad person? And the answer is that he does not think he's a bad person, and he creates comics to entertain and cultivate a more thoughtful and happier world.
Well, I kind of like I like that answer. Yeah. I don't like, I've seen a lot of his strips. They have sort of like a penny arcade vibe to them.
Totally, yeah.
Really like the politics or whatever. I don't care. I'm not.
He's no Ben Garrison.
Politics. Yeah,
I'm just looking for my penny arcade fix in 2024, and if that's where I have to go, then I'm going to go to Stone Toss.
Yeah, it has the same like beats and pacing of a penny arcade strip, but I do like that he sees himself as one of the world's smile makers.
You guys are focusing on the answer. I
famously have called myself that.
I'm more interested in the question. I love answering straw man questions on your website. I was saying to Chris before, it's like The Simpsons when Lisa has to ask Mr. Burns, your campaign has all the momentum of a runaway freight train. Why are you so popular?
I think we should put an FAQ on our website. Like, I'd like one for me that's like, Felix, you undoubtedly would have been one of the greatest fighter pilots to ever live had you enlisted. Why didn't you?
If you had enlisted, which battles would you have fought in across history?
And I would say a botched circumcision kept me out of the Air Force.
Yeah, the ejection seat on the F-35 doesn't work if you've been circumcised. It throws off your body's yaw.
That's
and
right.
gain.
There's some kind of like catheter or something you have to attach to your dick when you get in there.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cold up there. Could cause some shrinkage. But I don't know, like Stone Toss, just draw better is what I would say to him. You can get over the botch. I would, your botch circumcision wouldn't haunt you if you were a better artist. That's what I'd say to him, because a lot of us have to deal with just setbacks in our lives, and we get better.
Okay, I just found another paragraph on Know Your Meme. That was another thing I wanted to bring up about him. He previously worked as a security guard for a soy company.
What? What?
That doesn't sound very neo-Nazi of you.
He was guarding all the
Damn.
soy.
Yeah,
He's like,
someone has to do it.
I hope these mud people don't taint my soy that I'm giving to America's children.
I do have to say, like, I couldn't tell if his circumcision was botched or he's just like, those are just like the normal. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
that's what his quote sounds
Right.
like.
Yeah.
Right. I do have to say, like, if your circumcision is legitimately botched, like if they fucked up, if you got someone in there who was like drunk or something and they just like cut off like the head of your cock, if you're anti-Semitic, I feel like you get a pass on that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, one of the few conditions where it's like, I get it, you know, this shouldn't have happened to you. But
especially if you're not Jewish.
yeah, right. But it doesn't sound like that's what happened. I feel like if the Jewish people had legitimately cut his dick off either by accident or on purpose, that would be a more explicit theme in his works.
Yeah, it's a tragic backstory that would have to come up at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there could. I'm just going to go on a limb here, and I say that I'm just going to guess that there are maybe other complicating health factors that lead to a difficulty maintaining an erection or achieving orgasm.
Yeah. It's all that exposure to soy day in and day out.
It's just like, yeah, he's worked in the factory so long it seeped into his pores.
Yeah.
Now he can't get his fucked up dick hard.
I have to say, I would have never guessed what he looked like. How he looks is incredible. I love it. He looks like one of the guys from that famous Anime Club picture. Big Red from the Anime Club picture.